From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Wednesday, May 25th, 2016. Silver is trading at $16.29 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,228 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $451. Antiwar.com reports the Minsk Peace Accords, which were supposed to lead to a resolution of the East Ukraine civil war, have not made much progress in recent months, but Russian and Ukrainian officials on Tuesday pledged to intensify cooperation in talks brokered by Germany and France. The deal was to grant increased autonomy to the eastern oblast of Donetsk and Luhansk, and that those oblasts would end their rebellion. Little progress has been made to that end, with intermittent fighting on the frontier. Ukrainian officials have complained the Russian-backed rebels have not followed through on ending their rebellion, while the rebels know that the Ukrainian central government did not deliver the autonomy and blocked them from holding elections. German officials say that Tuesday's talks centered on the possibility of holding those elections, though beyond the general pledge to increase cooperation, it is not clear what, if anything, this means for the possibility of having those elections anytime soon. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports the man who authorities say launched a racially motivated attack on a historically black South Carolina church a year ago, killing 9, faces 2 upcoming criminal trials, both of which are now seeking to put suspect Dylann S. Roof to death. U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch said Tuesday that after great consideration, her Justice Department will seek the death penalty during its federal prosecution of Roof. A federal grand jury returned a 33-count indictment against Roof last year, with authorities accusing him of committing hate crimes, weapons charges, and obstructing religion. Lynch said in a statement on Tuesday, following the department's rigorous review process to thoroughly consider all relevant factual and legal issues, I have determined that the Justice Department will seek the death penalty. The nature of the alleged crime and the resulting harm compelled this decision. Prosecutors outlined their reasons for seeking capital punishment in a 7-page court filing on Tuesday, claiming that Roof, an accused white supremacist, demonstrated a lack of remorse for the shootings, specifically targeted the church to magnify the societal impact of the rampage, and used animosity towards African Americans as a central motivation for the attack. The trial is expected to begin next year. The South Carolina state government is also planning to try Roof on murder charges, and it too will seek the death penalty. 9 people were killed in the attack on the Emmanuel AME Church in Charleston, South Carolina. News of the Justice Department's decision was well received by at least some of the victims' relatives. If you're fed up with the government running every aspect of your life, but you're not listening to the Lava Flow podcast yet, what's wrong with you? Go right now to thelavaflow.com/listen. The Lava Flow podcast, channeling the flow of information to the libertarian, anarcho-capitalist, voluntarist, and agorist community. Subscribe today using any podcatcher at thelavaflow.com/listen, or just go back to sucking up to the government. The Lava Flow podcast, striking the root every episode. Reuters reports lawmakers in San Francisco voted to uphold the sanctuary city policy on Tuesday, almost a year after San Francisco was flung into a national debate about immigration after an undocumented immigrant was charged in the fatal shooting of a woman. The Board of Supervisors unanimously approved legislation that upholds the city's policy on limiting law enforcement from providing assistance to federal immigration authorities aimed to apprehend or deport individuals. The Free SF Coalition, a collection of immigrants and minority activists and legal aid groups, called the ordinance an important step forward for San Francisco's immigrant communities. San Francisco is one of dozens of U.S. cities with sanctuary policies which were rooted in shielding Central and South American refugees from deportation in the 1980s. A second vote on the city's ordinance is scheduled to be held to affirm the policy next Tuesday. Mayor Ed Lee, who has previously supported the policy, will have 10 days to act on the ordinance if it passes next week. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.